What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 137, and we start today's episode off with a look at the job section. And as you can see, no jobs are available, and I know I've said this a couple of times over the past few episodes, and I shouldn't need to keep reiterating it, but I will again regardless, just to keep on showing you guys and reading the comments. There aren't any jobs available, so I can't leave right now. I know there are so many of you that keep saying, oh my god, seriously, when are you going to leave, go somewhere else, etc, etc, etc. I can't leave when there are no jobs available, you've got to understand that premise. So, for the time being, we're stuck here at the Hawthorns. I know there are some of you that still like it here at West Brom, that's totally fine. I'm still enjoying it right now. We've made some really good improvements to the team. But, yeah, that's just to completely reiterate my point. There's nothing I can do when there are no jobs available. I'll be discussing something else I've seen over the past few episodes as well in the comments regarding starting a new career mode. I'll be discussing that in a bit more depth in just a moment's time. But, yeah, for the most part, for those of you that want me to move to a new club, as I mentioned before, you kind of need to wait until October, November at the very earliest, and that's the very earliest as well. For me, I've never seen any jobs available in September. It's always been mid to late October at the earliest. So, yeah, we'll probably wait until November, possibly December, before we do eventually get a move somewhere else. But we'll discuss that in just a moment's time, regardless, regarding starting a new career mode, as some people have mentioned that. But still, we take on Leyton Orient for the first game of today's episode here in the Capital One Cup. Now, of course, the Capital One Cup was the only trophy we didn't win last year. And we got off to the perfect start here, taking on the lower league opposition. Andy Carroll opening the scoring and making it West Brom 1 at Leyton Orient 0. Getting on the end of a Pedro cross, obviously a new winger for us, and heading the ball in. So there were 10 changes made to this side from the team that beat Sevilla in the Copa Europe. The only player that started was Angel Di Maria on the right hand side, and in the end the goal came from the left hand side with a lovely cross by Pedro and a good header by Carroll. In the 34th minute, Jack Wilshere went close with a free kick, and a couple minutes later here, as we get the ball back to our South Korean goalkeeper Kim Seung-gyu, I got very lucky. So I went to pass the ball out, it went straight to Turgut, who should have scored, but thankfully for us his shot went over the bar. So an open goal miss for Leyton Orient, and you can't really do that against the English champions. And on the 45th minute mark here, Pedro's on the ball again down this left hand side. He cuts inside and shoots, and the goalkeeper turns it behind for a corner. But we kept the pressure on. We were playing much better than lower league opposition, as you would expect. And from the corner, Wilshere crosses the ball in, aims for the giant centre-back Yannick Vestergaard. Not many players can beat Vestergaard in the air, and it was proved there. Vestergaard getting the goal and making it West Brom 2, Leyton Orient 0. So good corner by Jack Wilshere, and Vestergaard, just the giant, just out-jumping every single player and making it 2-0. So West Brom 2, Leyton Orient 0. The game seemed as good as done at the half-time mark. And a couple minutes after the restart here, Yannick Vestergaard's on the ball and finds Paco Alcacer down his left-hand side. He takes on Cuthbert, the last defender, cuts inside, still searching for his first West Bromwich Albion goal, Paco Alcacer, and he's not going to get it there. His finesse shot goes just wide and behind, and it was how the game finished, a 2-0 victory. So a simple victory for us, really a routine win. In the second half we did pretty much nothing, after the first half, so much pressure, so many chances. I thought we'd probably do the same in the second half. In the end I kind of just took the foot off the gas and just thought, we're going to get the win, we may as well conserve some energy, and in the end a 2-0 victory was all we needed to advance to the next round, and that is fantastic news for us. And following that, the board come to us and tell us that they want us to be in charge of the club for the foreseeable future with a vote of confidence there. And it's it's funny, we're talking about leaving and then the board come and say they want us to stay. But even so, we have a couple of European qualifiers next with England. We take on Denmark and also Austria. We simulate both, of course. And whilst these are going on in the background, I will discuss the comments I've been seeing over the past few episodes. A couple of you have been suggesting that I should start a new career mode. Now, if you're a new subscriber, then you probably don't know this, and that's totally fine, but I'm not the sort of person to just constantly start new career modes every other month or so. I try and keep at least one career mode going for a very long period of time, and I don't want this series to end until at least about 230 to 40 episodes minimum. One of my career modes last year went to about 270 episodes. The FIFA 13 career mode I ran got like 276 episodes. So yeah, if that doesn't tell you what I sort of do on YouTube in terms of my series length, then I don't know what will, because I just don't like starting new career modes every now and then. I try and keep one going for as long as possible, and yeah, I have no plans to end this series and start a new one, because quite frankly that's just not how I do things. If you want a YouTuber that does that, then I'm sure you'll find some out there. I'm sure there are loads of YouTubers that are much more sort of regular with their new series, and I'm sure that would be more appealing to you, and that's totally fine. But for me, I'm sorry, I can't provide that because it's just not in my nature. But still, still, as I mentioned just a minute ago as well, you know, that won't be happening. I won't be starting a new career mode and just ending this one because I want to keep it going for as long as possible. But as opposed to leaving and finding a new club, as we showed you at the start of the episode, no jobs available, can't just yet. But I am going to be completely honest here. I am going to be looking as regular as possible, and as soon as a job comes up that interests me, you know, you have my 100% honest word here. As soon as a job comes up that interests me, I will apply for it, and again, I will of course let you guys choose whether you leave or stay, as I always let you guys make the final decision. So yeah, I'm not sitting here basically just, you know, telling you that I'm going to apply for jobs and just not bothering, because I honestly will be. I'll be looking for as many jobs as possible, but it's got to be a job that interests me. But as soon as one comes up, believe me, you'll be the first to know, and I will go ahead and show you in the video. And you know, once we apply, hopefully, touch wood, they should say yes, come join us, and I'll let you guys make the decision. So there you go. Patience is the name of the game right now. Patience is the name of the game. It will happen eventually. It may take a while, but it will happen eventually, and I can guarantee that before the end of the season we will be at a new club if you guys want me to go and join them. But still, we take on Newcastle for the second and final game of today's episode here, back in the Premier League after the international break, and it was almost Newcastle taking a lead in the 5th minute there. The shot hitting the post and going behind for a goal kick, as they almost took a surprise lead at St James's Park. But just past half an hour mark, Andre Carrillo's on the ball for us, and the Peruvian finds Kevin Savanier, now playing in a more central role. He finds Wayne Rooney, picks out Di Maria. The two former United men link up, but the Argentine shot is well saved by Tim Krul, and Newcastle clear. So it's still 0-0, and in the 35th minute again, Kevin Savanier is on the ball, starting in that centre of the park role, plays it through towards his French colleague Mbaye Niang, double step over around Taylor and shoots, and again it is a superb save by the Dutch goalkeeper, and what a save it is as well by Krul. Look at the way he turns that ball over there as he's diving backwards. Fantastic strength, and it's still Newcastle 0, West Brom 0. So we had a lot of chances in the first half, quite a few good ones as well. Here was another one for Wayne Rooney going forward one-on-one, and I somehow hit the post. I really should have scored there, but instead it hits the woodwork. So still 0-0, and both sides have hit the woodwork in this game in the first half. And on the stroke of half time here, Newcastle come forward, Jack Colback's on the ball, and he puts the shot into the side netting, and another good chance goes begging and wasted there, this time for Newcastle. And from the goal kick, Joe Hart passes the ball out to our left back Ricardo Rodriguez, through to our Peruvian Andre Carrillo. Carrillo is down the left hand side here, and he cuts through onto his right foot here. Love those arching runs, goes through one-on-one, tries to chip Tim Krul, and Krul makes a very good save. It's cleared away only as far as Di Maria. He picks out Savanier, and his shot is turned again behind by Tim Krul. So Krul having a fantastic first half, on course for man of the match as things stood, and it was still 0-0. And after the restart, 5 minutes later, Theo Walcott's on the ball for us and takes on David Santon. He beats the Italian fullback, slides it through to Mbaye Niang. Ronaldo chops around Santon. Thought I should have had a penalty there, not given, but the shot is taken. It's saved by Krul again, then to Savanier, and his shot is deflected and goes behind for a corner. So many opportunities in this game, but still goalless. And in the 66th minute here, Wayne Rooney's on the ball and finds Mbaye Niang, takes on Jamal Escales, beats him with a fake shot. Great chance here as Niang keeps on going, slides it through towards Wayne Rooney. He beats Daryl Yanmat and shoots, and it goes wide of the post. So just a catalogue of missed chances in this game for us. You know, we had so many opportunities, but my finishing was so subpar. And in the 75th minute here, Kombrov's on the ball for Newcastle down the right hand side, takes on his man, crosses the ball to the far post, and De Jong heads the ball onto the bar. It's flicked backwards, and then Kombrov's shot is deflected and wide. So the woodwork struck for 3 times in this game, twice by Newcastle, once by us as well. I could not believe the score was still 0-0, and in the 89th minute, Newcastle almost won it with De Jong's shot going just over and behind for a goal kick. And last chance would fall here in stoppage time. Kyle Walker off the bench, our right back, playing it through towards Theo Walcott. Walcott plays it through towards Carlos Zambrano. Our centre back, now playing centre forward, finds Theo Walcott, who crosses the ball in, picks out Mbaye Niang, and his header is brilliantly saved by Tim Krul. So what a game he had, and no doubt he was man of the match, as the game did finish Newcastle 0, West Brom 0 at St James's Park. So disappointing draw. We played very well, so many chances. We should have scored at least once, probably twice, or even 3 times really, but in the end, a 0-0 draw, and I guess we'll take it. Newcastle hit the woodwork twice in this game, so it was a balanced game really, but frustrating to know we didn't score. But the last thing you'll see is we do indeed send our youth scouts out. I completely forgot all about them, so sorry about that. But our English scout is off to Colombia. Hopefully he'll find us a new Falcao or James Rodriguez, and also our Danish scout is back out to England for a second successive year. and hopefully he will find us a decent player as well. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do leave a like, as it is much appreciated and it really does help my channel out. Please keep in mind what I said about possibly moving to a new club. Hopefully you guys understand, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.